So, in setting up this live, I realised that all my previous lives have been set to private when I'm live. Tell me you're a newbie without telling me you're a newbie. So we'll see if that makes a difference today. Or more importantly, when I upload it later on YouTube, if the chat will be active. Because it's been telling me for the last two lives that there was a conversation. Oh, I can see my crow friend. Probably get my morning stash. I forgot that I was here this morning. John Boy camera is misbehaving. There we go. Little chat dog. Hope you are enjoying the artistic view. Oh, I could see a wee squirrel. I wonder if it's my same squirrel friend. Hey, Squirrely. Oh, you look like you've got more fluff than my little Scrappy-Doo friend. Oh, I can see another squirrel. Hi! I'm giving a wee eyeball. You want to come get the snacks? Oh, and I see a little birdie. I'm just giving a right good eyeball. Hello. How are you doing? Gonna come get some snacks? What are you thinking? How about it? Come get some snacks. Yeah? Oh, good idea. You're brave wee squirrel. Do you want me to go away? Okay. Hey, little birdie. Haven't quite got you in camera. Oh, you've moved. There we are. Hello. That's fine. Trying not to choke on alive. I have to say this tree is rather beautiful. So it's not quite as sunny as it has been for the majority of the week. So I'm feeling hopeful. I'm gonna see my squirrel friends. Maybe the crows. It is a bit later in the day. I'd wanted to see my crow friends. Should have come earlier. So they're doing some digging work here. They're claiming it's not got anything to do with the trams, but we don't believe them. And apparently, this walkway which has multiple cycle lanes, is going to become the tram line, which there is houses on either side. So I'm pretty confident that the locals will not be amused at that. There we have it. So, following on from yesterday's conversation about weight loss, I was thinking the vibe slash theme of it, or maybe something that good to point out, especially if you're just starting on a weight loss journey, is something called Non-Scale Victories, NSV. So for me, it was a lot of non-scale victories for the first year, which was still super exciting. It's only really been the last 3 to 6 months, and it's been more the last 3 months where it's been more of a scale victories. But there's been lots of non-scale victory wins prior to that. So things like dropping, I want to say something crazy like 6 dress sizes. So starting out at a size 26, I think maybe a 28, and currently size 16. What else? So also the simple things like what I was saying yesterday, like even just doing this, like talking and walking, crazy. We've not been able to do last year. Just noticed these cute little flowers. I've been noticing them the last couple of days. Lovely. Don't know what they are, but they're adorable. So yeah, non-scale victories. So things like walking. Like this time last year, I could do. My goal was to do half a mile, 5 days a week on my lunch break, and that was painful physically. I was out of breath and using a walking stick, walking very slow and in a lot of pain. Oh, I've seen another bumblebee. One of my favourite things about spring, seeing the bumblebees again. The little fat bumblebee looking for some nectar. Hey, my friend. So the other thing as well is that I've just seen a cat that I've seen before. One of the squirrels got a bit sassy at it. He's like, get out of here. So yeah, non-scale victories. So things like dressing myself, like I couldn't put anything on that involved a intricacy, especially over the head zip. So I wore stretchy, you could almost like deem them maternity clothes, and I'd also struggle to put like my own socks and shoes on. So like putting on my bra, all these like sort of simple things were a struggle and I needed help with. Everyday tasks, like even something as simple as like getting in and out the bath. Someone's had their lunch here and they've left their food. Oh. So for me, it was really important to take pictures or or videos, because from a psychological point of view, it takes something crazy like 8 weeks for, I can't remember which way round it is, but I think it takes 3 months for people to notice a difference. And I think it takes 8 weeks for us to notice a difference. So when I did start to see a difference, I was still in a backlog of where I was thinking of the me at 3 stone, or in the early days, like 1 stone heavier, but yet my body was shrinking, I was shape shifting. So that was why it was really important for me to take videos and pictures to document it. And even like now, like looking back and being like, wow, at the difference in how my body is shape shifted. I mean, I know by my clothes, like it's kind of ridiculous with some of my clothes. And if you're on a weight loss journey, then I'd highly recommend, even though you might not want to, you might cringe at how you feel about your body right now, but taking account of where you are right now to where you want to be is your motivation. I can see some magpies in the trees in the distance. So other non-scale victories for myself were improvements in exercise, like I was doing, because I was in a lot of pain with my knee. I needed a walking stick. I wanted to get better at walking. That was definitely a goal of 2024. And by the end of 2024, I can't remember now, but I'm pretty sure it was close to 2.4, if not 2.5 miles a day average. So considering that my goal for the week at the beginning of January 2024 was 2 miles a week, my average day was more than that. It's pretty phenomenal. And it was actually in December that I saw my first sort of like major change in my body. So I'd already lost a stone weight, and that was relatively early on in the year. Oh, yeah. And without going into the intricacies, I was dealing with a violent stalker who was stalking me online, as well as smashing my windows in, not once, but attempted 4 times, failed on the fourth. And it was pretty scary. So nothing like stress to not help you lose weight. So the reason I mentioned that is that there was a high, there was a high amount of it, window smashing that is, around the early mid part of last year. So no surprise, my weight stalled during that time period. I didn't gain, and if I did, it was like very, fluctual gain, so a couple of pounds here or then. But I also didn't lose any weight. I also was, because of said windows being smashed in, financially things were a little bit tight. So I was actually considering upgrading my gym. The gym that I was at was great, but it didn't have a swimming pool, and that was what I wanted to do next. I also wanted to do fitness classes because I'm not really a gym bunny. And so the gym that I wanted to go to had fitness classes. So I gave myself a month. Then they also had this deal on during the summer, obviously to get people in during their low sort of like attendance time, I guess. So they had an offer on, and I went for that offer. So that was in late August, maybe September, I can't remember. And they had swimming classes there, like aquafit. I've always wanted to do things like aquafit, but schedule or budget just never allowed it. But my reason for that was on the days where I've got a bad knee, I can still do uh, like the aquafit classes. Water's good at helping with gravity and uh, keeping with that. And no surprise, the window smashing was sparking up my PTSD because ironically, I'd gone maybe a month, maybe a couple of months where I hadn't been in pain with my knee and I wasn't using walking stick. And then the first window smash, which I think happened in March, maybe April, I was in the house when it happened and it genuinely sounded like, bombs were going off. They tried to smash the living room and dining room. I was sitting in the living room. They were successful with the dining room, not the living room. They then upped their scale, I want to say late June, beginning of July, just shortly after my birthday. Woo! Where it was a massive brick, and if anyone had been sitting or lying on the sofa, probably would not be alive or very, very badly injured. And thankfully the cats weren't injured either. So that was the second one. And then the third one was the bathroom. Ironically, I was in the bathroom when it happened. Funny story. I told the police about the situation because I like to create comedy even in a dire straits circumstance, but we'll leave that story for another day. Like I say, the fourth time they were unsuccessful because I had gotten sick of them using basically, especially with the bathroom one, because they had to jump like an 8-foot wall, so it's not an easy task. But they used stuff in our garden, like basically like stray bricks and whatnot, smash said window. So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to make life easy for you. And funnily enough, it did the job. But the point of all of that was it aggravated my knee. Here comes Magpie. And caused the knee pain come back. Then it was probably October, November, yeah, those 2 consecutive months of like going to classes. I mean, obviously I've been going to classes in like, let's just say September, but depending on your body type, it's going to take its time kind of getting its rhythm. And yeah, it was in December where my weight just absolutely plummeted on the scales, but it'd been consistently staying the same, fluctuating up and down, which I have to say, I wasn't that fussed about. I was like aware that I was going to the gym and that my body type, my body shape was changing. See a crow in the tree. So I knew that I was getting fitter as well as all the other many wonderful non-scale victories. It was only in December where there was this amazing fluctuation of weight. What was even more amazing was I tried on a few dresses that I'd not been able to wear for a while, and they fit me. And one of them I think I thought was a size 18, and it was a size, no, I thought it was a size 20, but it was a size 18. And then there was this other dress that I wanted to try, and I was like, oh, it doesn't fit me, and I thought that was a 16, but it was a 14. So I was like, okay, cool, I'm happy with that. And yeah, it's kind of been like for the past month since December, where the clothes that I bought the previous month, they're just like falling off me the next month. So my workout clothes in particular, I kind of did it by accident, where I was in TK Maxx and they had a sale on, and I saw these really cute leggings, and I was like, okay, I'm not that size, but it won't be long before I am. And then I tried them on, like maybe a couple of weeks later, and they fit me. And I found that quite motivating, just buying a slightly size, like one size smaller to have at the ready. And ironically, those leggings, they were an L, and they're too like I'm constantly pulling them up. I do think it's also the legging design. They're like uh, a cross like X sort of shape, and I find they're not as supportive. And I bought another pair of large leggings recently at TK Maxx. Ironically, I'm pulling them up, so maybe I'm not an L anymore, which is pretty awesome. I did ironically buy a medium, but the only thing is I don't like their what's the word I'm looking for? Their design. Like I didn't get these guys in the sale, and they're a bit rubbish. So I'm considering taking them back. I'm kind of on the fence as well. I'm like, can we be bothered? No. Should I? Probably yes. But anyway, no surprise, went off on a tangent. I have to say, even though it's not as sunny, it's still a nice day. I might go for a little walk down to Dean Village later today. So, once again, thanks for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful day, even if the sun's not shining. Bye!